inside each hardware. Software is the set of program instructions that tell a computer what to do, like a phone application, editing program, and entertainment services. There are all kinds of software, from games for a gaming system to the program that runs your microwave. To the web browser of your phone, software is stored on storage device hardware like hard drives, flash drives, and CDs. An application app is a program designed for the user to perform tasks like take a photo. All applications are programs, but not all programs are applications. Some programs are for the computer's use only, not the person using the computer. A closer look at hardware. Hardware can be separated into different categories. Input refers to the parts used to send information to a computer, including a keyboard, mouse, game controller, and app cam. Storage refers to a part of the computer used to store information, including hard drives, USB, flash drivers, CDs, and RAM. USB, Universal Serial Bus Flash Drive, also known as a thumb drive or a USB stick, the portable plug-in device used to store information. RAM, Random Access Memory, a type of computer memory where information can be stored. Processing, the processing part of the computer run program, interpret input and supply output, including the central processing unit CPU and the graphics processing unit GPU. Central processing unit CPU. This is the brain of a computer. It receives input information and executes commands from other hardware and software. It's made up of the main memory, its control unit, and the arithmetic logic unit. Graphics processing unit, GPU. This part of the computer focuses on graphics. Graphics are images of all kinds, pictures, animation, videos. The GPU delivers images, animation, and video that can be viewed on the computer screen. If you want to get the best picture quality for your favorite computer game, you will need a high-end GPU to make the graphics look good. Think of the CPU is a jack of all trades like a handyman, and the GPU as the master of trade like a plumber. The GPU is great for completing variety of everyday tasks well. The GPU specialized processing display information quickly. You wouldn't want a handyman to replace all the pipes in your home. Instead, you want your plumber to use his or her special skills to perform that task. Output refers to the part of the computer used to send information to you. This includes the projector, the monitor and printer, speakers, and headphones. The parts of the hardware all work together. That information comes from the user, who may be a person or a computer, and goes through the input device into processing. Data can then be placed in storage step or taken out of the storage and then sent to the user. The process is like digestion. We take input, process it, and store it, and then pass it out. A closer look at software, application software, apps. Application software apps are programs that allow the user to complete tasks. Apps are software application. Word processor, internet browser, and games are all examples of application software. Every app in a phone's app store is also application software. There is a wide variety of application software, and the programmer can specialize in one subcategories. For example, an app developer is a programmer who makes application software that runs on website. A mobile developer is a programmer who writes application software for mobile devices like phones and tablets. A game developer is a programmer who develops application software video games. System software. System software are the programs that make sure the individual hardware devices work together and properly with other programs. Operating system like Windows on a laptop or iOS the mobile operating system on an iPhone are example of the system software. Operating system run in the background. You cannot see what they are doing on screen. The operating system makes it possible to install games, social media, and other apps in the phone. Application cannot work without the system software. Operating systems programs that communicate with the hardware, allowing other programs to run in the background. Hardware or software are pretty much useless on their own. Only when they are put together in a complete system do they become tools. For example, hardware, software, final result. Camera, photo app, phone to take selfies. Keyboard, printer, word processing program, printed party invitation, car sensors, cameras, street navigation program, self-driving car. Chapter 3. How do we interact with computers? Over time, computers have become easier to use. However, things can still go wrong. When problems happen, there are things you can do. Human-computer interaction. The user interface UI includes all the parts of the computing system that you use to operate the computer. For example, the user interface for playing a video game on a phone includes two touch screen, speakers, headphone, and games on screen menus, buttons, and graphics. A graphic user interface, GUI, pronounced GUI. GUI, so like soft browse, is a type of user interface that uses icons and symbols on a screen instead of just plain text. GUI makes it easy for just about anyone to use your computer. Most user interface are GUIs. The command line interface. Command line in CLI use only text to operate a computer. This type of interface is more difficult to use because the user must type a specific command or phrase for it to work. Although most computer users will never need to use a command line interface. It's a good thing to learn if you are a computer scientist. Human-computer interaction is the part of the computer science that studies and improves how the user works with computers. UIs are easy for people to use, including those who are blind or low vision or are deaf or hard of hearing. You can try out an example of a human-computer interaction by finding an accessibility setting on your computer or phone and turning on the screen reader to listen to it and read out aloud what's on the display. For example, many phones have built-in screen readers that allow users who are blind or have a hard time seeing to still use their phone for a program that reads aloud that was on the screen. Troubleshooting. Troubleshooting is taking a systematic or step-by-step approach of solving errors in a computing system and software or debugging program in software. Using a systematic approach means following a fixed plan or process step-by-step, like instruction for making PB&J sandwich. If your computer won't turn on, one of the first things you would do is make sure it's plugged into a power source. And then you want to check that all the power connected inside the computers were connected securely. The benefit to a systematic approach is that you can repeat the steps exactly and you can be sure you haven't left anything out. Debugging is finding the correcting bugs or errors in a program. Debugging is a specific form of troubleshooting that is used when programming. Bugs may be caused by typos or by not following the rules or format of the programming language. Troubleshooting strategy. Troubleshooters use some of these strategies to help them find and fix problems. Swapping. In working parts from other computers, such as monitors, keyboards, or even hard drives, mouse, motherboards, or power supplies. Creating a diagram to trace the problem. For example, creating a diagram of all the components of a computer system and how they connect to each other helps troubleshooters stay organized as they hunt for the program. Making change in the software to ship the hardware